My recording is started. Yeah. Here, this is your code. Is int is
Mm-hmm.
main function here. This int a, and then here enter the number. But here we need to be two numbers, not a one single number, right? So what I do, just int b I use here. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
If you 2D array say that this is my row, number of rows, okay, and this is my number of columns. Okay. If you say in the 2D series, and this is number of columns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Enter the number here, and then handle you can use here, anything you can use it, but we don't need to be handle here. I just okay, you just use you don't need to be use it here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Enter the number of rows. I just write it enter the number of rows by using a, and then write the c out and enter the
Number
number
of
of
rows
columns.
or
Okay, so next
columns.
one
Yeah.
is the columns values, right? So we just
Mm-hmm.
use here to the columns and see in just use here and then here put this b.
B.
Okay. The first one is right here is the number of rows, and then second one is right here is the number of column B. Right? I just denoted as A, I, and B. Right, James?
Mm-hmm.
First I do. This is for the E, and this is for the B. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
and Z. Okay, this is showing inner one, and this will be showing your outer one. And then here put the I and J value, and one by one you can insert it here. Okay. One thing I also do here, enter the first number. Not I just write the first number, enter the number, and then I also make as a dynamic way. So how to make is a dynamic way? Just we use here to uh, this one, and then here just one thing I use here. Uh, I just first of all I row, and then I plus one. I just use here. Okay. Then second
Mm-hmm.
one I use here to the column, and then here I just use a J plus one. Right? For this purpose, we used to be remark which number of rows we apply here, which number of columns we value will we apply here. Okay. And this is my array command, right? And B. And if you want to sum it, then you can use the sum values. Okay, we have a sum variable, its name is and2. Okay, this is not name is and2. This is name is a my array, right? Here
Mm-hmm.
you can use a my array, not this one. Nothing will be and2 will be here. I can't define here the and2 anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just
So
changes this one also. Okay.
to
J,
be
I is less than A and J is less than B. Okay, that's good. Okay. Okay, that's all clear.
um I just don't understand why. I mean
Hmm.
the C out on the 1117 line. So
What?
I
One
plus
hundred seven.
one, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that one. The
Ah,
I
that one you
plus
can
one.
say you can just explain into about using the your output why you use I plus one and J plus one right there. Okay. Just we use it and then see this. Enter the number of rows. I just write here the number of rows I want to two and number of column value I want to change. Right. Then here
Mm-hmm.
first you see enter the row one column one in number. Right. Y size
Mm-hmm.
56. Enter the column row one, column number two, numbers, right? 23.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this will be calculated. Okay, we just take here this piece also. And again I save it and again I run it. Enter the row.
Okay.
How much row we want? Three and two. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then select 101. Here you can see that here you enter the row number. This will be also show your position, which position you assign this value by using this way, I plus one. For I plus one is showing
Mm-hmm.
you this one is your is I plus 1. Matlab means that 0 plus 1 is going to be 1. 1 plus 1 is going
Mm-hmm.
to be 2. Right? That's why we use a
Mm-hmm.
plus 1. Because index number start with 0 plus position is showing as like a not in form
Zero.
of 0, 0. You start with a
Mm-hmm.
1. Okay. So this will be
Mm-hmm.
show your position. Row number 1 and column number 1. We are assigning this value. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And enter. Then row number 1 and column number 2 we assign the second one value. Okay.
Okay.
And row number
Mm-hmm.
1 and column number 3 we assign the third one value. Okay. And then column row
Okay.
number two and column number one, we assign the other one value, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
two, two. this your value where you assign this index number here instead of right position number right there. That's why just showing here the position also. That's why we I use this one. Okay, just I modified
Ah,
in your code and make them as a better looking. Right?
mm-hmm. Got it.
By using this way, you can create this type of things also.
Mm.
Uh, that's right. Okay. Just can I show you? First,
Yes.
see here. Okay, good. So how to do that this thing? Okay, so you just see this is just a logical purpose right here. Okay, this is your ID. Okay, come to the next topic is here. Is my next topic is structures. Okay, structures is that I just show you structure. What is a structure? Spelling structures. I also say here the short form in form of struct. Okay,
Mm.
this is a this is structure is a this is a group of group of several related variables. Okay, we create here the group of several related variables into one place. Okay, into one
Mm.
place. Each variable in the structure is known as a member of the structure. Okay, so how to do the structures and then how to use the structures right here. For the structure, first of all, before int main, we just use the one thing as a struct keyword, right?
Mm.
Struct keyword we use it for the defining the structure. Okay, and then
Mm.
name your structure. What's the name is structure you want to do here? Okay, you can name anything. Okay, inside, above, and below, whatever it is, I just use a below. I just cite the structures, and then inside it, I just use a my structure name is my structures, right? And then semicolon I put
Mm.
here. Right? Inside it, these structures, I just define my variables. Okay, first of all, my num I define here. Then second one,
Mm.
I define the string type values variable. It's my string. Name
Mm.
is a my string. Anything you can name is. And you can assign other one is also you can do, but I assign two things only. Like, here
Mm.
we can just declare my structure, declare the structure. Okay. Uh,
Mm.
define the member of the structures. Okay. Here we can define the member of the structure.
So the name my structure is
Mhm.
a variable or the name of the structure.
Yeah. This is inside this structure, we have a multiple variable we define it. Okay. When we want to do anything right there, then you can use just define each and every variable. And this is my structure is called as a structure variable, right?
Mm. Mm.
This is
Mhm.
number of a member of the structure. This int in my norm string my string is just a member of the structure. This is my structure
Mm.
variable. Okay. My
Mm.
structure the name is here. This is called as a structure variable. Okay.
Mm.
I just define here the structure variable right here. And then I want to use this structure variable. Then how can we use this for this structure variable? For this way, you can use this structure variable by using one thing inside here. You can just cite here is int main. Okay, all the things will be done here inside the int main. We outer the
Mhm.
int main, we just define structures, functions, as and classes. Is this all things are the just use it. Okay, but see here we can
Mm.
define the everything inside the int main. Okay, so just use as an int main, and then I just want to use these structures variables. Then how can we do that? For this one, we use
Yeah, my
uh, first of all,
structure.
first of all, I just write my structure. I just write here the my structure and then define as a structure variable right here. My structure is my structure name. Okay, this is not a
Mm.
structure variable. This is structure name. Okay, was the structure name is, and then here I just use my variable we started. Suppose is my variable is I take here the my structure. Okay, this is called a structure variable. Okay.
Mm.
By using the structure keyword, we just use define as a structure variable. Okay. And then by using
mm,
this structure variable, I use here, okay, to the uh, define these values. Okay. So how do you define this value? Just as write the my struct dot
mm,
my num. Okay. And then here I
mm,
just write this value is 100.
mm,
Okay. I think this will be creating an issue. Why? One second. One second. I just send it again. Uh, mm, 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 mhm. I think I just do it. I think just wait, just one second. Okay. Yeah.
mm,
We just below is right here. Okay, this is right here the above structure, right? And then here we define the my structure, and then if I run this again, then we don't get any error right now. Okay.
mm,
This is my structure where we have defined my structure variable of the structures. Okay. So the in this case we
mm,
define all the structures right there. After that we use the structure which one where you want to use it. If you want to use a structure, then you can use the my struct. My struct is a structure variable, and this is your structure name. Okay. So
mm,
here we can define as a structure name here, declare the structure and define the structure name. Okay. This is called a structure name, and then this is called my structure variable. And then right here my struct again.
mm,
And then if you want to my string, then click on my string and write just something. It's just an example.
mm,
Just an example, right? And
mm,
if I want to show its output, then how can we use the output here? Okay, just see out
mm,
here. Okay. And then
mm,
my structure variable, I just my structure number is right here. My structure number is, and then I just say team v my struct dot my num. Okay. And then
mm,
you use it. Okay, and then see out. Next one is see out. Okay, here I just my structure string is
mm,
and my struct dot my string, and
mm,
then here you use the and then. Okay,
mm,
save it and then just check this out. This output, what's the output is given here. Then you can see here my section number is 100,
mm,
and then my structure string is just an example we watch right here. Okay.
mm,
This is basically used for to define the whole structure inside this keyword, and after that you can use this one is multiple times. How can we use the multiple times means that you can again you can define the my structure and then my struct keyword, and then name is anything you can write here. Multiple variable name you can define here. And then if you want to need one
mm,
thing only, not the other things here, there's even I just want to need one thing only. So that's my user my number here, and then the user 105. Nothing will be used here again. Okay, we just use only one variable. Okay, you can define the
mm.
which variable we needed here inside it, but when we needed it, you can use it this one, not every variable. Okay, that's why structure is used. Right?
For the second one, it should
Uh-huh.
my struct two, right?
Yeah. So you can define multiple structures right here. Okay,
Mm,
define the multiple structure variable. Okay, by using the structure variable. Right.
okay.
Uh,
Mm,
okay. Just we take as a other one example is this. I just comment this one and then you use other one example as this. And also we
mm,
define something else again. Every time we remember that you should define the structure first, after that using the int num. Okay. You can also do the
mm,
struct given here and then define the things string brown, and then here you can use here as a one things also string brown. And then here, a string model,
mm,
and here I just use a int year. Okay, we can use a t branch, and inside it I
mm,
defined a three cars, car
car.
one, car
Mm,
two, and car three. We define multiple structure very directly inside here. I don't need to be direct one we can use here to implement. If you needed to define inside the increment, then you can use the increment. If you don't need to be defined inside the increment, you can define here. This is called a structure variable. Okay, this is called a structure variable. Structure variable. So you can define the
oh,
structure variables here also.
okay. So the structure name is what? Car?
Structure is a keyword for the defining the structure.
And
Every
we
time you
haven't
can use. You can define this
okay.
one and in this way. This is a keyword to
But we
defining the structure. And in this case, we
uh
don't define the structure name. We directly define the structure variable here. Key structure
oh we
variable I
don't
define here.
okay,
Right?
we don't have to define the structure name.
No. In this case, we don't
No.
define here the structure name. I directly define the structure variable. And below section, we
Mm,
define the structure variable. Above section, we define the structure name. Right?
mm.
And how to use this? Just int when right here. And then I
Mm.
want to do is car one
Car one dot
dot. What you
brand.
want to apply here
Mm,
is a brush.
brand equal
Counter side is a Toyota,
data. Mm,
and then here
car
carbon
one
dot.
dot
If you write here the model, and then I just write here the Safari, and then
mm,
here this is the then here car one dot
mm,
here. I just said
yeah.
manufacturing years. I just is 2020 30.
This is mm,
Okay, and then I want to show these values here to see out. Okay, car
mm,
brand.
car and
Okay,
car dot
so
brand.
here car one dot brand,
Mm,
and then here model is
mm,
car one dot
car one dot model. Okay.
model, and then manufacturing and car1 dot
Car one. Yeah.
year, right? And then I just said
Mm,
class I use as and then just check this out. The first one is output is here. If I do has this one output, let's check this one. Here we got the car brand is Tata model. Okay, Tata model is
mm,
Safari, manufactured
mm,
2013. Okay, so you can use
mm,
here too. Okay, right?
mm, mm.
So by using this way,
So if I can
mm-hmm,
go up a little bit. Uh okay.
mm-hmm,
So if we use a name here for the struct, right? Let's say we use
mm-hmm,
car,
mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
बिल्कुल.
in the int main, we have to say car,
Yeah,
then car dot car one, and
no.
then we
If
have to say car one dot brand, right?
I just show you if I do this same way where you ask that, I just show you this one also. Struct, I just use a card, right?
Mm, mm,
And then in this I use the same thing we can use as a string from and a string model
model
and
string
int
here.
here, right?
Mm.
And then once I do, I don't need
You
to be
can
defined here in this any of the structure variable name.
so you just
And when for
int main
this case, what we do, first of all, I write here the
car
structure name, and after they define the
equal.
structure variable. What's the
Mm,
structure variable? Suppose C1 I is defining. Okay,
mm.
anything
And
to
then
define it. This
C1.
is called a structure variable, right?
Mm.
Okay, and then after
Then
this, we
C
use this one. C1 dot
okay.
brand, this brand, you can use this one. Okay,
Mm.
and then here you can just write
See,
anything
wait, see.
and 2008, right?
Mm,
Anything can you use here. Okay, so you can use this one and then create this type of things right there, and then this I just copy this line.
mm.
It's not a car here. It's C. Okay,
C1.
C1
Mm.
C. Okay, so whatever you
So
want,
um
you
if
can
I
also do
wanna
this there. Mm-hmm.
okay, if I wanna add C2, right? Like another.
Yeah, you can add
So
it.
I define
Hmm.
again after this. Okay, I see.
Okay, you can just
P2,
write
okay.
there, and then you can again define all the things, and then you define all the pass, and then all the sections right there. And then if you
Mm,
run this one, this will be not any issues, and then this file right
okay,
there.
got it.
Right?
Mm-hmm,
So by using
mm-hmm.
this way, you can define your structure first, and after that, you can use this structure by yourself and then whatever you want to need here. In this case, we just define the structure of the variables. Okay, a group of
Mm.
the variables we define in the structure class, structure methods. Okay, and inside after that
So
we can use here. Yeah.
so in structure, we can use any data type. It doesn't
Yeah, you
matter.
can use is all type of data types here. It doesn't matter to which type of data type you can use here. You can use any of the data types right here. Okay.
Mm,
And after then this will
okay.
be reusable. Okay, this is my reusable. You can use multiple times this structure. Okay, we define one time and then use multiple times here.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So by using this
Mm,
way, you can create this type of things right here. Alright. That's
mm,
clear?
yeah. Yes.
Okay. Then come to the next one is part it says. Next is called is a reference operator. Okay, we can use next topic is my is reference. Okay, reference operator we also say is reference operator and symbol is called as and. Okay, only single and is called the reference operator. In C programming, reference operator is more mainly uses. Okay, but in this case of the C++, we use this reference operator for the getting the memory address values. Okay. Then suppose
Mm,
this, if I use as a reference, what's the references if it is full, and also we can say is a reference variable, a reference variable. Also we can say is a reference variable right there. Okay, is a reference to add existing variable values, variable, and it is created with the AND operator. Okay, so how to use this? Suppose that here I just use as an example int math. Okay, this operator is used not this way, but use many of things. Suppose here, int main, and as I write here the fruits, okay, and fruits name I write here is apple, okay,
mm,
and I want to this fruits a reference with your foods, okay. This is your fruit variable, okay. This is called a fruit variable, okay. I just here to write a string, and I want to reference this value. If I use this one, okay, if I use this one as and symbol and reference this values to this variable and the write this name is food and then here inside because fruit is also food or parts of the fruits, right? So just write here the fruits. Okay. This is called a
mm,
reference variable. I just make here the
mm,
reference variable. The food and food is called as a reference variable of the fruit variable. Okay. So this is fruit variable. If I use this one and then I just show here this output of the age of things and then suppose there's a first of all I just write the fruit first and
mm,
and then second one I write is the food, not using here the and here right there. I just use a food and then and right there. And then check this out, what's the output will be coming here. If I use this one, both the outputs is got same one. Okay. This
mm,
reference operator is needed when we create this pointers things. Okay. Pointers as topic will come. This is called the reference operator.
mm,
If I use here the directly as a reference operator in this case, okay, yeah, I just use this true one. And then if you write directly to the AND symbol in this both the cases, then you can got here the memory address, right? To where we have to store these variable values. Got it? So
mm,
both are
mm.
saying the same value because in this case we have the same value assigned in two variables. That's why this
Mm.
will be showing the same memory address, right? This is called
So
a memory address.
in the first line, we assign fruit equal apple, right?
Yeah, yeah.
and
Hmm.
then we said um the food
Hmm.
equal food.
Yeah, equal food.
So because of the and sign, we are saying food
Mhm.
equal apple.
Food equal apple, right? Yeah, and send. Here we can use a
Mm.
food equal apple. If
So
I
if
don't use this one, suppose this, I just use a string and then I just make, suppose its name is a food one, okay, and equal to
mm,
fruits, right? I just
mm,
write here. This will be also working here if I just show this output if the food one, right? See out I use here, and this is my food one, okay?
mm,
And and this I do. I just check one thing, suppose of all. Say this what's the value of this T1? Both T1s are the same, right? Right? But if I check this is memory address, food one memory address, just check this one is memory address, food one, same it, okay? Just I run here. Then what you see here, food one memory differ
same.
from
Oh,
these.
yeah, it's different.
Okay, see
Yeah.
this is differ. Is A at the
Yeah.
right D8, not the F zero. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
it differ. So in this case, for this variable, I define here as a same variable, we define here the two variables. For same value, we define here the two variables. In this case, we define I just copy this value to this variable. Nothing will be do. This variable is different, this variable is different. Correct? That's why we got this two variable is same memory address. This two variables is sharing same memory address because we have to share same values. If one value will be
Mm,
changed, suppose that I just change the fruit value. Suppose that I just change the fruit value after that and write the banana. Got it?
mm,
And then I just save it. I just modify the value, modify the fruit value.
mm.
And just I check this as fruit value, and I just check this one, and then check what we got here? In two, both the variable, we got the banana, but the third one is got the apple. Why? Because
Mm,
I just equal this one before it. But this will be interconnected. When one variable will be changed, other variable will also reflected. Got it?
mm, mm,
Okay. So for the single value, we define the two variable item. Any of the variable will be changed, then we can use it. But how to we define it? By using the and reference operator. This is called a reference operator and just use it, right?
mm, mm,
Got
mm.
it? That's clear to you?
Okay. Yeah. So
Okay. Mhm. Yeah.
it's going to the memory address and looking
Yeah.
what's saved there. That's why it's
Okay.
we
You can
get
also find out the memory address by using the AND symbol. Okay. AND symbol after
mm,
that the variable, and then if you go, then you can show the memory address also of the each and every
mm,
variable. Okay.
mm,
So AND
mm.
operator also used for to getting the memory address. Okay. So I just
Okay.
write here. This operator is also used for getting memory address after any variable. Okay. So you
Is this
can
called
assign any value.
passing? Is this called
Yeah.
passing by reference?
Passing by reference. No, no, this is
Yeah.
calling yeah, you can say it's a passing by reference, okay? It just reference your
Mm,
memory, it just reference your variable values right here. Okay, you can also
mm,
say the passing by variables or reference also, right?
mm, mm.
Okay, and this is useful this way. Yeah. Good. Okay, next one is last topic I will tell you as uh, today's class is my pointers. What's the point is? Okay, okay. A pointer is a variable. Okay, pointer is a variable that stores the memory addresses. Okay,
Mm,
memory address as its value. Memory address is value. Okay, so this will be
mm,
stored the memory address as for as reference of the values. This is called a point. Okay, how to define the pointer? Pointer is defined by using the asterisk symbol. Pointer. is defined by using a asterisk symbol. Asterisk is this symbol, right?
mm, mm,
Okay. This I use here. Int main. This right here. And then suppose this, I just write the string fruits, and then inside the fruits, I just write the apple. Okay. This is a normal variable. Okay.
mm,
This is normal variable. Okay. And then after that, I just use a string and then use the asterisk symbol here, PTR. PTR,
mm,
you can name as anything. I just name as a PTR and use as a asterisk symbol right there and equal to. I just use the and here and I write the fruit. Okay. This is called a pointer variable. Okay. Pointer
mm,
variable. Okay. This is called a pointer variable. If I uh throw the value of fruits variable, I just write here the fruit and then use the
mm,
and. Okay. And save it and then I check this one. What's the fruit variable values is? Is this the value of fruit variable apple, right? And if I just find out the memory address of the fruit variable, so how can we find out? Just use the and operator right there and then use a fruit, right?
Fruit.
And then
Mm,
use the and.
mm,
Save it. And then if you run this one, then what's your boss here? Here, this is your memory address of fruit variable, right?
mm,
I just check
mm,
this out, the pointer variable values. What's the pointer variable values is shown here. Okay. So see out pointer variable value. Okay. So for this one, I just set on a PTR, right?
mm.
And then I just check this out. Then what's this show here? This value showing here is your
Memory
memory address.
address.
Which one
Mm,
memory address is root variable memory address?
mm,
Okay. If I
mm,
use the cout and then check the pointer variable memory address, I just check the pointer variable memory address, right? So I want to check
mm.
here the pointer variable memory address. Just I use here the and
And
symbol and then PTR. Okay.
PTR.
For
Mm,
the
mm,
for memory address, we check here the user and symbol, right? So I just run
mm,
this one and this will be shown. Okay, what's this will be? Here we have the F4 in the outside is before. Is this your same variable values inside this? But the memory address of pointer variable is different. It's F0.
mm,
Got it?
mm,
Because these are
mhm,
the my different variable. Which one is storing your memory address? Store the fruit variable memory address. Right here. Okay. And if I use here the pointer variable with your S sigma pointer variable, which is mark. Okay. And then if I
mm,
want to show the pointer variable is marked PTR, right? Asterisk PTR, and then just I choose you. So what they show here, then this will be show here the
Apple.
value.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm,
This will reference your variable and then show here the value. If you are using asterisk PTR, right?
mm, mhm,
Okay. By using this way, you can create things right there. And this will be useful when we want to do one thing to be declaration of verifying something of the one variable values to other variable value. This is called a pointer variable, right? Also,
mm,
and then this asterisk operation also say here, okay, the asterisk operator, the asterisk, this one is operator. This also says that the reference operator. Okay. This is also
mm,
said as the reference operator. Okay. Asterisk operator is also said that the reference operator and then also say the pointer operator. Okay. So anything you
mhm,
can do as this one. Okay. So this way you can create here. Okay. And then we can show here these values. Okay. Dereference means
mhm,
that you don't reference the means that reference your memory address and show these values directly. Okay, this way you
mm,
can call
mm,
as a dereference operator. You can reference the AND operator is reference the memory address, and asterisk operator will dereference the memory address right there. That's why
mm,
this is called operators, pointers, right? Okay.
mm,
So pointers, as this kind moment is not much used, but as the older one, when we use the C, C++ is mostly in the scenario, then where pointer is very much used for the swapping the number, for configuration the numbers, one variable value to configure with the other variable values right there. Okay, by using the memory address. This is
mm,
pointer variable is so much uses as the earlier time, but the kind timing is not much, not need to be much more. Okay.
mm.
That's clear. How to use this the pointer variable? Yes or no?
Uh, yeah, I mean, that's a lot. In a
Yeah, this
sense,
is a
like
lot.
the
Yeah. This is
pointer, I feel like it's not easy. It's like
Mhm.
confusing.
Yes, a little bit confusing with the used to be yourself. Practice these things by yourself, then you can this will confusion will be gone. Okay.
Mm.
Right?